What's up, guys? I'm Joe, and a happy Friday to you all. Gonna do something a little bit different today. There's a whole lot of new music out, a lot of albums to check out, but also a whole lot of singles coming out today. And I wanted to do a track review of the new Tremonti, and then I kind of wanted to do one of the new Five Finger Death Punch. But then I saw that there were quite a few songs to pick from, so I figured we'll do a little bit of a track roundup tonight. There's going to be an album review going up tonight as well if you have not seen it. It's Casey Musgraves going out tonight. I was a little bit lazy this week, so we're going to catch up a little bit here. But let's talk about some new music tonight. I'm going to start out with the new Shinedown song, The Human Radio. These guys have an album coming out at some point. Pretty soon. I was a fan of the first single from the album, Devil, so I was excited to hear this one, the new song Human Radio. The band's last album, Threat to Survival, was a little bit of a lighter affair from their usual kind of hard rock. A band always known for their kind of radio-friendly catchiness, but, was never afraid to really come out with some great heavy riffs, some heavier type songs. And Threat to Survival was like mostly softer throughout. It had some electronic influences going in there, and you would hear it here and there throughout the songs, usually more in the background, but it was definitely there. Except for a song like Cut the Cord, which is probably still my favorite on there. That track just has so much energy, a nice kind of like stomping, pounding, fist in the air type song. And that seems to be the direction of these two new songs so far, which I think is pretty cool. The Human Radio shows that those electronic sounds are still there, but very much in the background. Some very heavy, almost bluesy kind of riffs. That what immediately came to mind was Clutch's Psychic Visions. I think the riff is literally exactly the same, even down to the but that's not really a bad thing. It's a fairly straightforward riff. But this song, like I said, has that kind of arena quality to it. Pump your fist in the air, uplifting lyrics, that kind of stuff. And it's just nice to hear them with the heavy guitars once again. So I'm looking forward to this album. I definitely like that track. Moving on, we have Tremonti with A Dying Machine. Absolutely one of my most anticipated records of the year, this Tremonti album. This is the title track. You may know Mark Tremonti from Alter Bridge, before that Creed. He came out with his first solo record, All I Was, which I thought was musically great. Vocally, I wasn't too keen on, lyric-wise as well. But then he came out with these two back-to-back albums, one in 1 year, one in the next, Cauterize and Dust, and these are just two fantastic albums. I feel like usually when you have a split two album kind of thing, maybe it would have been a double, it's split into two albums, you're usually going to get a lot of filler. That was not the case at all with these records. They were just start to finish really great. Hard rock, metal. He gets, fairly heavier than you would hear in Alter Bridge, and obviously Creed. Phenomenal, underrated guitarist. There's killer solos, stuff like that. And he really came into his own vocally. The vocals improved in my mind so much on those two albums, and lyrically as well. He came out with some pretty touching stuff. Check out a song like Dust. But yeah, here we are with A Dying Machine. I was really excited to hear what we're going to get here. And once again, it's just a really solid song. I feel like building off of the Dust album, this song has more of an epic, almost cinematic quality to it. I love how the verses and the chorus sort of go back and forth between this very aggressive side and this more softer side. There's a story to be heard here. It's going to be a concept record, which kind of threw me off at first. I was a little bit I don't really know what to expect. But I love this song, and I'm really excited to see what happens next. There's this cool middle kind of spacey section going on there after the first kind of verse, chorus type thing. Before going into this really heavy breakdown section, which Tremonti does so well with these solo band records. And, to speak to that kind of cinematic aspect of it, there's some strings here and there. Overall, this track has me so excited for the album. I really can't wait. Up next, Five Finger Death Punch is back with the song Fake, coming off of an album they're calling Injustice for None. Why? Wasn't too excited for this track, gotta be honest, and I'm someone that started off as a Five Finger fan. Not afraid to admit it. I still actually pretty much enjoy those first two records. From there, I think once they had Hard to See on the second album, be this huge radio single, they just, picked a formula and they stuck with it. Fake is one that definitely plays by that formula. You've heard it a million times before from the band. This one even honestly just sounds like bits and pieces of songs they've already done, especially it sounds like something off of American Capitalist, but then, the whole, the chorus of fake motherfucker. They did Burn Motherfucker on the Wrong Side of Heaven album. So, it just sounds like bits and pieces of songs they've already done before. And for something that has such, an in-your-face lyric, it just seems like it's missing a lot of energy, this song. One thing they've always had going for them, even in albums I didn't really care for, especially Got Your Six, which really leaned into those radio-friendly, very poppy choruses. You'd have this insanely heavy riff, and then go into the cheesiest chorus, which really, I just didn't like it. But one thing they always had going for them, no matter what, was really great, crisp, heavy, strong production. The production on their albums was always fantastic, really nice low end. The drums always sounded amazing, and I'm not hearing that on this, which is really weird. The drums sound weak and kind of clippy to me. It sounds like a torrented or bad YouTube version of a song, and I listened on Apple Music. So maybe that's just me, I don't know. I just feel like the production is not up to their usual quality. And like I said, just mix and matching different pieces of songs they've written before. It seems like they are kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel with this one. I'm obviously going to give the album a chance. Like I said, I was a big fan of those first couple of records, and I still like them. I think they're still like good go-to like songs for energetic purposes. If you're at the gym or something like that, you need some motivation. And while I didn't love the following records, there's always a few songs here and there that are pretty great. Lift Me Up with Rob Halford comes to mind, just a good song. So disappointed by this one, Fake, big time, though I wasn't really expecting that much after Got Your Six. Interested to see where the album goes, but, my hopes are not high. And finally, for this video, we have Breaking Benjamin with Save Yourself. They have a new album coming out very soon, and they've released quite a bunch of singles off of it, but I do really love what I'm hearing with this one. I mean, Breaking Benjamin, another band, I just kind of said it for Five Finger, but Breaking Benjamin has a formula, and they stick to it, but there's just something about them that they just pull it off better for me. And, I was a big fan of the last record, and then I saw them live with Disturbed, and that was pretty cool. And this one, it just sounds really heavy, which I like, but, nonetheless having that very typical melody that they always seem to employ. Though I really like this song, it's probably my least favorite out of the singles I've heard so far. I think just because it's, the most very typical Breaking Benjamin sound. I mean, especially listen to those verses, the dun 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 dun. And you have those kind of dancing around guitar lines in the background, and the vocal melodies just sound, we've heard it before. But there were some great songs, so far from the album, like Feed the Wolf, Red Cold River, that change it up a little bit. So I'm definitely excited for this one. I do like this track, Save Yourself, but probably the weaker of the bunch of the singles they've released so far. Yeah, so there are 4 brand new songs that came out today. I really wanted to talk about a bunch of tracks. And it seemed kind of strange to maybe do them all separately, so maybe every now and then if we have a Friday where a bunch of singles came out, which I anticipate this will continue to happen. There's a lot of albums coming out this year. I'll do some more track roundup videos like this. So let me know what you think in the comments of these songs. Let me know how you feel about this video format, something new. And check out the Casey Musgraves review. That's going up tonight as well if all goes as planned. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.